nation at large. I am very humbled, Mr. Chifokola.
Those of you that are watching us on Muvi television, Channel 1, many thanks, and we pray and I encourage you to continue paying your subscription fees. Those of you that are watching us on Topstar Decoder is Channel 104. Those of you that are watching us on Facebook, yours is Ask Movie. Remember to invite a friend and let a friend invite a friend, and remember to comment on the topic of discussion. Now, Honorable, you are coming from Northwestern Province, Chavuma. Like I was saying, like I said in my preamble, that Northwestern is known to be, opposition dominated, or members of parliament that are coming from Northwestern, many other years that we've seen that are always coming from the opposition. Now, you among other members of parliament from this part of the country, Northwestern, it seems as if you have failed to represent the people in terms of development, because many are the years that people of Northwestern have cried to say we have remained or lagged behind in terms of development. There's nothing to point at, and they always point at members of parliament. Why have you failed to represent the people of Northwestern and make sure that they also enjoy the national cake?
Thank you very much. I think I need to make a correction. Northwestern Province is not opposition dominated. Northwestern Province is a province whose people view leaders what they are able to offer. We don't just vote for individuals merely. Just somebody has come, then we can vote for such an individual. We are a people. We are a people. Before we vote for somebody, we have to evaluate that somebody. So you may recall that at one time, Northwestern Province had members of parliament from the ruling party. That was MMD. So this time around, the people of Northwestern Province moved together with the rest of the country in wanting to ensure that the policies which we had seen, which we know are better for this country from the United Party for National Development, we feel, and we had the feeling in the 2016 general elections, that the policies of UPND were the policies to move Northwestern Province forward. So it is not an issue of Northwestern being dominated by opposition. It is an issue. The people of Northwestern would want to vote for political parties with policies which are convincing, policies which we know that if this policy is to be implemented, hopefully, Northwestern Province is going to benefit. So I want to clear that notion that Northwestern Province has been opposition dominated. I want to state that the people of Northwestern Province, like any other parts of this country, we don't vote for leaders anyhow, no. We have to evaluate leaders. We have to evaluate political parties so that we can come up with a political party to vote for. So for now, Northwestern Province, all members of parliament are from UPND. 99% of councillors are from UPND. 100% council chairmen are from UPND. So we voted in that manner in 2016 because we believe in the policies of UPND under the able leadership of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema. So I want to make it clear that the people of Northwestern Province, we don't vote for people anyhow.
Now, when you say the people of Northwestern Province don't vote for people anyhow, and they evaluate and look at policies, Honorable, can you tell the nation on this program, or people of Northwestern, because, to say they believed in the policies and today there is development because your policies are outlined or are enshrined with something that will trickle down in terms of development, and people of Northwestern Province can boast and say, yes, because of the members of parliament that we voted for and because of their policies, these are the kinds of development that we can see in Northwestern Province?
To start with, UPND has not yet formed government. And even a grade 2 child knows that Hakainde Hichilema has not yet formed government. And it is our belief that come 2021, Hakainde is going to be the next president. Now, when you ask about the policies, we saw the policies of President Manawasa. The little development you see in Northwestern Province is as a result of President Manawasa and the MMD government. So when we were voting in 2016, we had evaluated the policies of the Patriotic Front Party. And we said Northwestern Province is not going to go anywhere moving forward with this political party. So members of parliament, they don't move with a wallet of money. Members of parliament from the opposition, they don't control the treasury. So development can only come when the party in government has got policies to cover the entire country. I would give you an example, Mr. Chifogola. When President Manawasa was a president for this Republic of Zambia, President Manawasa took development to every corner of this country, including the people who did not vote for him. You remember President Manawasa building an expensive bridge in is it Northern Province, Manawasa Bridge? Manawasa took development everywhere because his policies, he was focusing on developing Zambia. He was not focusing on pleasing an individual or a groupings of people. Manawasa's policies were to develop this country, and you saw development reaching every corner of this country. So when we saw 5 years of PF being in power and evaluating their policies, they were not being beneficial to the people of Northwestern. To some extent, in simple language, their policies never saw the people of Northwestern Province benefit on anything. So we decided to follow the policies of the UPND. And up to now, the people of Northwestern Province, they believe in the policies of UPND. And we are working hard, day and night, to ensure that come 2021, Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND must get 98% vote from Northwestern Province to contribute to the victory of the UPND party as we form government come 2021.
You talked about the UPND not being in government or in power. Are you, in short, saying the people of Northwestern Province will start to see development on the UPND forms government? As long as UPND is not in power, then people of Northwestern Province should forget about development.
I can be very clear with you. I have been to Kanchivia. I have been to Mansawombe. I have been to Chadiza. I have been to so many corners of this country, areas where members of parliament are from the ruling party. They are seeing the same challenges the people of Northwestern Province are seeing.
And these areas, members of parliament are coming from the Patriotic Front?
From the Patriotic Front.
So that is not an excuse to say UPND is not in power, and that is the reason why people of Northwestern Province are not seeing development. Because it is all of...
In your preamble, you said Northwestern is not seeing development because we have been an opposition predominant province. Now, I am telling you to say it is not an issue of the people of Northwestern being in opposition. It is an issue of the policies for the party in government. So those policies are not favorable to take development to all corners of this country. So I am saying that I've been to constituencies where members of parliament from Patriotic Front are taking charge of the affairs of those constituencies. I have been to those constituencies. I have not seen development. And if anything, Northwestern Province, we are able to survive because we know that we have not yet formed government. But to the constituencies where members of parliament are from the ruling party, it is a sorry story. It's a sad story. So development is nowhere. Development is nowhere because there is no policy to take development where it is supposed to be.
In short, are you saying Zambia is not development, or Zambians are not seeing development, not only in Northwestern Province? You've mentioned other constituencies from Northern and Eastern. Are you saying Zambia is not developing? It is not only Northwestern, but even in areas where members of parliament are coming from the PF, they are also not seeing development. Is that what you're saying, Honorable?
I'll comfortably tell you that in Luapula, in Eastern Province, in Northern, in Muchinga, the problem of road network which is a challenge in Northwestern, maybe they can enjoy it at 20% or 40%. So when you talk about water, I've been to Bahati. There's no water. So I am saying that development is about the policies of that government. So because there's no clear policy, there's no clear roadmap about development to be taken to the corners of this country. So it is not an issue of Northwestern Province alone. It is a national issue. And I am insisting that because we know that the policies of UPND, are the policies which are going to bring development to this Republic of Zambia, it is the reason why the people of Northwestern Province are waiting for President Hakainde Hichilema to form government, so that his policies, which have been put on blue and white paper for everyone to see, can start yielding results. So as for now, Mr. Chifokola and the nation, the people of Northwestern have not seen development to places where members of parliament are from the ruling party. So even if they have seen little development, it is not much development to talk about.
Is there any project or anything that you can call development that can be singled out of Northwestern Province, Honorable? Forgetting about Mwanawasa, let's just talk about the Patriotic Front, the time that they have been in power. Is there anything or any project that you can point at and say, okay, on this one, yes, the Patriotic Front have done this for the people of Northwestern Province?
I am a member of parliament.
Yes.
Being a member of parliament, the way I view development will not be the same way someone who is not a member of parliament would view it. I'll comfortably tell you like this, that there is development which would come to a country in the form of grants. I'll give you an example. We have got health centers, health posts, the 650 health posts, which came as a grant from the Republic of India. So those grants were given to the Republic of Zambia through the MMD government. And when PF took over, they found those grants had been given to the Republic of Zambia through the Republic of India. So the 650 health posts, I can comfortably tell you that I have some in my constituency. I have pushed, as a member of parliament, to have some of the 650 health posts in my constituency. So in other constituencies, they have not seen those health posts. So because those health posts came as a grant from the Republic of India, so for me, I would comfortably tell you to say, because these health posts came to the Republic of Zambia as a result of grants from the Republic of India, I would call it, it was a grant. But somebody at lower level would go to somebody and say, see what government has brought to you. And somebody will say, oh, they're bringing development. Development which I can consider as member of parliament for Chavuma constituency is development where the Patriotic Front Party in government sits down. As it is analyzing its budget, they say our policy is to ensure that every year we build one classroom in every district. Every year we make sure that we build 3 by 2 blocks of classroom in every district. And those projects will be indicated in the yellow book. We as PF, this year, according to our policy, we have to dig 5 boreholes in every district. And it will be indicated in the yellow book. We as Patriotic Front government, we want to ensure that in every district of the Republic of Zambia, we need to tar 5 kilometers of roads. And it will be indicated in the yellow book. So as a member of parliament, when I'm in parliament, I open the yellow book. I'll find government has allocated money to build classroom blocks. Government has allocated money to build roads in my constituency. Government has allocated money to dig boreholes in my constituency. So when I go to my people, I'll say government has brought development. And now I have to wait until those funds are released. So when those funds are not released, I'll tell my people, in this year's budget, government has not brought anything to Chavuma apart from money for Youth Day celebrations, Women Day celebration, and the salaries for civil servants. So it is the mandate of every government to ensure that civil servants are paid. And also it is the mandate of government to ensure that it takes development to all corners of this country, regardless that province being from the ruling party or from opposition. So that is what I call a policy for a government. Now, because we have not seen that from the Patriotic Front government, I would comfortably tell you that the people of Northwestern, they have not benefited from the policies of the Patriotic Front Party because development is not about a constituency belonging to the ruling party. Development is for the people of Zambia. So when I'm a member of parliament for Chavuma constituency, I have got no role to say, because in that ward, the councillor who is there is from PF, therefore I should not take development in that ward. No. My job is to look at those people because I should consider them as being the people from Chavuma. So the Patriotic Front Party being in government, being in power, in control of the treasury, it must have those clear policies which will enable us members of parliament to go and explain to our people. So the years I have been in parliament, as a member of parliament for Chavuma, I can comfortably tell you that from the yellow book, I have not seen things going to Chavuma. But I have seen money going for Youth Day celebrations, yes, that one I cannot deny. I've seen money going for Youth Day celebration, Women's Day, that one I cannot deny. But capital projects from the yellow book, where government is sitting to allocate resources for this country, which is coming in this country as a way of money we are getting from mines, as a way from the money we are getting from the borders through ZRA, as a way of tax which Zambians are giving to the government. I have not seen things going to Chavuma. So I can comfortably tell you to say, yes, constituencies, provinces which are PF controlled, there can be little development than in Northwestern, maybe at 5%. Maybe they have dug 3 boreholes in, I can give an example, maybe in Sinda. Maybe they have, I've not seen them. Maybe they have dug 4 boreholes, maybe in Kanchibi, I've not seen them. But I've told you that I have been to constituencies where members of parliament from a Patriotic Front are. There is no development.
Honorable, you've said people of Northwestern will see development when the UPND form government. And you said you are working day and night to make sure that come 2021, 98% goes to the UPND. Don't you think you are now losing ground looking at how many wards have gone to the PF in the recently held by-elections? We've seen the PF gaining ground in the Northwestern, and they can even boast and say Northwestern is no longer the UPND or the stronghold for the opposition because they have got councillors. Representation in terms at what level? They have money to score. They have councillors in Northwestern. Don't you think now people are tired of your empty promises and they think it is now time to work with the government of the day?
I can comfortably tell you that when multi-party was being introduced in this country by President Chiluba, I was already an active politician. I can comfortably tell you that because I've been brought up in the homes of politicians. And I can comfortably tell you that when Chiluba took over, he did what he did for this country. Came in President Mwanawasa, came in President Rupia Banda. The running of the affairs of this country from those other administrations cannot be compared to the current. The reason is simple. Putting together the government of President Kaunda, the government of President Chiluba, the government of President Mwanawasa, the government of President Rupia Banda, Patriotic Front government has caused more by-elections in this country, maybe 200% than the previous governments. Now, you are a Zambian. You know how PF they have been winning these by-elections. They would go to the ward, they will count how many registered voters are in that ward. If there are 900 registered voters, Patriotic Front Party will ensure that from the 900 voters, each person will be budgeted to receive 3 by 50 kg bags of maize. Each voter from the 900 registered. Each voter. Each voter will be budgeted to receive 300 kwacha, 500 kwacha. Now, you know, with poverty levels. And Patriotic Front Party will ensure that if in the province there are 2 ward by-elections and they have got 12 district commissioners, they will ensure that 6 DCs will come in this ward. 6 DCs will come in this ward. And on top of that, the Patriotic Front Party will ensure that cabinet ministers from Lusaka will drive into those wards to go and camp, to go and gain plastic surgery support. So they will ensure that 3 bags of maize is given to each voter. So that thing can never guarantee you to say Patriotic Front Party has gained support in Northwestern. You know. Come 2021, you are going to see what is going to happen to the people of Northwestern. They will vote for UPND massively. You have been in the Republic of Zambia for so many years. You know how we, the people of Northwestern Province, behave. We can laugh with you, we'll monitor your behavior, we'll give you teeth, but there will come time to show you, to say, what you have been doing to us, now it is time to show you who we are. So there is nothing to say Patriotic Front has gained ground in Northwestern Province, because Patriotic Front Party has not taken development to the people of Northwestern Province. So there is nothing to show to the people of Northwestern to say we need to vote for the Patriotic Front government. Of course, there will be few individuals. Those, when there is a party in government, they always want to align themselves to the party in government because of poverty or because they are used, that is their culture. So I earlier said, we, the people of Northwestern Province, we do vote for policies. So currently, we are in UPND. We are supporting President Hakainde Hichilema. We are supporting him because the policies of UPND, we know they'll benefit the people of Northwestern Province as they'll benefit the Republic of Zambia. By the way, are you aware that the day Hakainde Hichilema becomes president, UPND forms government with alliance partners, development to go to the corners of this country? Because under the UPND government, we are not going to waste time to look at going to gain popularity by buying a councillor. We are not going to waste the resources of this country to go and cause a council chairman by election, because we have got a lot of things to do for this republic. Because we believe leadership must be about competition. We believe that if today I, Lumayi Victor, Member of Parliament for Chavuma, if I am appointed to say I am Minister of Mines, I have to say, what did my predecessor, who was in this office, do? I have to go through. Then how am I going to improve my legacy from what he did? So UPND government, it is going to be about performance. We would want to tell the people of Zambia to say that this is the government you have been waiting for, because we're not going to waste time to look to by-elections of buying councillors, of buying members of parliament, buying council chairmen. We have got an agenda to develop this country. Zambians would agree with me that today the economy of this country is not well. So we know as we form government, we are going to carry a very heavy bucket on our heads. So we have to work 24 hours. And mind you, when you are a minister under President Hakainde Hichilema's government, you have to be a performer. The way I know my president, you have to be a performer. If you are a joker, you're not going to be a minister in President Hakainde Hichilema. If you are appointed to say you are a minister and you are doing nothing in that ministry, 4 or 5 months, you have to be removed. Because my president believes in action. So it is that action the people of Northwestern Province want. So I want to assure you through the people of Chavuma constituency that we still have got confidence in the leadership of UPND and alliance partners, because we have got an agenda to develop this country.
Honorable, are you not just trying to comfort yourself? They say numbers don't lie. And you've agreed that people have been given midi meal, bags of maize, which the UPND has not given to these people. And for that reason, people cannot wait for 2021. People need food now. Even if they have not seen the development that you are talking about, but people can smile at the end of the day because they have got food, and the UPND is not providing that food. Are you not just trying to comfort yourself to say they have not gained ground in Northwestern Province?
Unfortunately, I can comfortably tell you to say a child in Kalingalinga, as long as that child is in grade 10, grade 7, grade 9, the mother or the father is able to tell that child to say, are you aware that 11 years ago, sugar used to be 7 kwacha? Are you aware that 11 years ago, millimil used to be 45 kwacha? Are you aware that 11 years ago, $1 used to be 5 kwacha? So it is not an issue of massaging myself. It is not an issue of me massaging the people of
But
Zambia.
Numbers don't lie. They have got councillors.
Numbers don't lie. I have told you to say those councillors, they have been winning, not only in Northwestern, including other provinces. I have told you what they have been doing. So, I have been in the system for so many years. For so many years. Remember I told you that the by-elections which PF has caused in 11 years, you cannot compare it to the by-elections caused by the MMP.
Why are you saying the PF have caused? Because I remember on the floor of the House, the Vice President said for business transaction to happen, there must be a seller and a buyer. And it's you, the UPND, that is selling your councillors. So why are you blaming it on the PF to say they have caused?
If the Patriotic Front government, I know they have got their agenda about this country.
And the agenda, they are saying it's the development of the country.
But if that agenda was an agenda close to their hearts, there was going to be no time PF was going to talk about buying councillors. So, because they concentrated on spending money on buying councillors, causing these by-elections, including those people in Lusaka, in Eastern Province, all over the Republic of Zambia, they are affected because it was from the same coffer PF was tapping in to fund those by-elections. And now, it is the same coffer which has dried up because the money which was in that coffer was meant for national development. But the money in that coffer was being channeled to individuals. And are you aware that every time there was a by-election, the individuals from the ruling party who went to campaign in those ward by-elections, they are very rich people. Because government would release huge sums of money to fund those who will go and camp in those by-elections, and they will come out rich. People have built houses. People have built houses, Mr. Kifogola, if you're not aware. So the issue of PF gaining momentum in Northwestern Province is not there, And I can comfortably tell you to say every Zambian today is feeling the pinch. Every Zambian is undergoing pain. So that pain, they cannot show it now. Wait for 2021. We are going to know the pain which Zambian people are going through.
Now, let's talk about the mining sector. You gave an example that if you are appointed as a Minister of Mines, the first thing that you do is to look at what your predecessor did and left. Now, when we talk about Northwestern Province today can boast of huge mines. You can talk of Kalumbila, Lumwana. You can talk of now Kasenseri having God. But Northwestern has continued to lag behind in terms of development. What do you think is causing this? Despite the province having those rich minerals.
I can comfortably say that perhaps control measures on how we are managing the resources coming from the mining industry is not the way you and me, or me, I would expect. For example, when you go to the mines, areas where gold is being mined, Kansanshi mine, Lumwana mine, you find those areas are being mined by foreigners. So when UPND forms government, we are going to ensure that every ton of stone, precious stone, that is coming out of the soil in Zambia is accounted for. So there's little accountability on how the resources coming from the mining industry are being utilized. So Northwestern Province has got a lot of mines, I can agree with you. But now, my brother, you can also agree with me that it was only going to be fair. A percentage of whatever is coming from the mining sector in the Northwestern Province to be plowed back in the province. And this is not happening with the Patriotic Front government. The same natural resources which is coming from Northwestern Province is being taken away to go and develop the 5, 10, 20% I've talked about. So leaving Northwestern Province in disarray. And also, allow me to be honest with this issue. Perhaps the people who are appointed in sensitive positions to run the affairs of Northwestern Province, maybe they have got fear to tell the powers that control things to say, look, Northwestern Province is not benefiting. Because if we have got district commissioners from Northwestern Province, we have got permanent secretaries from Northwestern Province, and other government officials from Northwestern Province, it is also good for them to say, now that I've been appointed on this position, it is the time that I have to defend my province by telling the government to say, what you are doing to the people of Northwestern Province is not fair. All the resources which are coming from the mining industry, you are taking these resources away to go and develop other parts of the country. It is a sorry sight. Solwezi has got no township roads. But that's where mining is taking place. So the issue is those who are in control, they don't want to give anything to us, the people of Northwestern Province. So you asked me that if I was to become the Minister of Mines, I have told you, or I want to simplify it by saying, because the policies of UPND, they are very favorable on how we are going to manage the mining industry. So it is as well as comfortable, I can tell you to say, we are waiting. We are waiting for His Excellency President Hakainde.
You are waiting whilst mining is taking place. Minerals continue to leave Northwestern Province. You are waiting when gold is being mined in Kasenseri. You are waiting when Kalengwa mine, an investor has been found, and mining will start taking place, and you are waiting. Which minerals are you going to find if you are still waiting?
Our chiefs, they have spoken. Our parents from the church, they have spoken to government. We members of parliament from Northwestern Province, we have spoken to government. We say, look, why don't you even leave 5% of the money which is coming out from the mining industry from Northwestern? Why don't you plow it back in the province? They are not listening. They're not listening. And the people of Northwestern Province know. This is the reason more I've told you to say, yes, they have gone to Northwestern Province, they have bought councillors, they have won those wards, not winning, they have bought those wards. Because there have been situations where I can give you an example. I had a by-election in my constituency in Chavuma. Before the counting was over, polling agents were being threatened with guns and they had to run away. Up to now, I cannot tell you to say, in this ward, this is what PF got and this is what UPND got. Because polling agents, they had to be chased with guns. People had to run for their lives, jumping on the windows. So I am saying, because the PF got those councillors, those wards, they should not comfort themselves to say, we have gained in Northwestern Province. The people of Northwestern are difficult people. You can come, you can interfere with them in their traditional running, you can interfere in their developmental agenda, you can interfere in everything. You can manage to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And even those same people, when time comes, behind the curtains, they now sit and say, we think these people, they have taken us for granted. Time has come to show them who we are. So in 2016, the people of Northwestern Province, they voted in that manner because the 5 years from 2011 to 2016 of the PF, Northwestern Province never saw anything. You will remember that Patriotic Front Party had a member of parliament in Northwestern Province from Zambezi West constituency. There was a member of parliament for Patriotic Front government. And that member of parliament later on became a minister. Go to West Bank constituency, Zambezi West. It is a sorry sight. That minister never left anything in that constituency. So if it is an issue to say development is not going to Northwestern because we're in opposition, then somebody can comfortably tell you to say, why didn't they develop Zambezi West where they had a member of parliament and a minister? Another issue, in all the wards PF won in the Northwestern Province, go back to those wards, PF has done nothing. And now we have got 5 months to go to the general elections. The same people they were giving a millimil, the same people whom they were giving money, their budget must be very big. Because now what we have done in Northwestern Province, we have grouped people who do come to say, us we are headmen. Because people have been told to say now the PF has adopted a system of giving headmen 3, 4 bicycles because they are seeing it in other areas. So people now, they have started regrouping. When they hear PF is coming, they'll come, oh, me, I'm a headman. I want my 4 bicycles. Oh, me, I'm a headman. Oh, me, I'm a chief. I want my 5 bicycles. We are going to do a very nice don't cover come 2021. So we are regrouping, we are monitoring, and we are assessing. So Northwestern Province for now has not benefited from the Patriotic Front Party, Chavuma inclusive.
You've talked about you, members of parliament talking, chiefs talking, men and women of the collar talking. Could you kindly share with the people of Northwestern and the people of Zambia the kind of talking that we've been having with government, although you've accused them that they are not listening? What kind of talk, as members of parliament from Northwestern Province, have you been engaging yourselves into with the people that are in government, the Patriotic Front government, to make sure that the people of Northwestern also have a share of the national cake in terms of mining in Northwestern Province?
Remember, I told you that when President Mwanawasa was in charge of this republic, he took development to all corners, regardless who was there, because it was his policy. It was the policy of MMD. Just today, you heard me ask Kaona, the Vice President in Parliament, about the rail line. Because in 2011, the Patriotic Front was talking about building the rail line from Chingola into Northwestern Province into Angola. Today, you heard me ask about the rail line. You heard the answer, that it is not the baby of government. We have engaged government on the floor of the House. We have engaged government by walking to the ministers' offices. There are some ministers who have welcomed us when we visit them. There are some ministers who have not welcomed us. So, you know us, the people of Northwestern. When I come to your house today, you don't welcome me. I come tomorrow, you don't welcome me. The third day, I'll tell my people that when you see that minister coming to Northwestern Province pretending to laugh with you, be careful with him. His heart behaves like a snake. Because as elected leaders, when we visit their offices, they don't want to listen to us. Because me, I believe, when I'm a member of parliament in opposition, another member of parliament who is independent, another member of parliament who is in the ruling party, we are all part of government. So we are supposed to sit together. We are supposed to share ideas. So those who are in charge, they're supposed to listen to our ideas carefully, analyze them, and put them into action. But we have not seen this with the Patriotic Front government. When you visit the offices of ministers, permanent secretaries, trying to sell ideas about development, they would look at you as if you're an intruder in those offices. So we have been engaging government. You will recall, all of us members of parliament in Northwestern Province, with the Minister of Education and Kansan Shimai, we have signed a memorandum where we want the mines to help us construct community schools in our constituencies. So it is my hope that come next year, we are going to see mines starting to plow back in our communities. So we signed a MOU with the Minister of Education. So we are waiting for implementation. So members of parliament from Northwestern Province are engaging government, are engaging stakeholders. The road from Chingola into Solwezi is as a result of members of parliament talking. We have been engaging the mines. So Kansansh mine, FQM, contributed a lot to the development of that road. So, as members of parliament, we are doing our level best to ensure that development goes to Northwestern Province. But we have got a problem. When we speak to our friends who are in charge, they don't want to listen to us. And maybe this is where they're getting it wrong. They're getting it wrong because they don't want to listen to ideas from opposition. Because me, I believe that when we are members of parliament, we are supposed to share ideas with our friends who are in the ruling party. And those in the ruling party, they are supposed to get our ideas, analyze them, and ask, Honorable Lumayi, you have said in this field we can do A, B, C, D. How do you think we are going to achieve this? So, Honorable Lumayi must explain to the minister, to the permanent secretary, I feel if we went this route, we are going to achieve something. But our friends are never listening. But I wouldn't say that all the ministers don't listen. I'll tell you that there are some ministers who are good, who have helped us also take little development to our constituencies. I can give you an example. Honorable Brian Mshimba. Every time I knocked on his door, Honorable Mshimba would open the door, would offer a cup of tea. Honorable, what is it? You would explain, Honorable, I've got this challenge in my constituency. He would listen to you. Other ministers, you cannot even think about going to visit them because you know that when I knock on the door, I'll be told to say the minister is busy. So it is an issue of policy.
Away from mining and the minerals that they are deposited in Northwestern Province, let's talk about tourism. There are sites in Northwestern Province, and these sites are not even talked about. An example is the source of the Zambezi. People just know that this is how big the Zambezi River is, but the source is in Northwestern Province. Why is Northwestern Province not marketed in terms of tourism?
It is a sorry side. You know, tourism industry can only do well with good policies. Policies like when tourists visit the country, they're not supposed to live in fear. tourists, when they visit the country, roads leading them to tourist sites, they're supposed to be good. I can agree with you that Zambezi source in Ikeleng was supposed to be a very good tourist attraction for the Republic of Zambia, because everyone would want to know the source of the mighty Zambezi River. Now, look, the road going to Mwenilunga. With a Mercedes-Benz, you can't reach Mwenilunga. You can't reach Mwenilunga with a Mercedes-Benz, because the road is very bad. The road is very bad, impossible. So this road is leading to a serious tourist attraction site in Ikeleng. The road is very bad. So if it was a policy for government to say wherever there is a serious tourism attraction, like the source of Zambezi River, where we have got falls like in Chavuma and other parts of the Republic of Zambia, government should have said the road going to Mwenilunga must be maintained monthly, yearly, so that tourists can go and visit the tourist attraction in Mwenilunga. But now this is not the case. So when UPND forms government, believe you me, we are going to ensure that the road leading to the source of Zambezi River is worked on and maintained yearly, because we are going to market. The world must visit the source of the Zambezi River. So it is about the policy. Remember, I said the coffers, they were, in the coffers, people were removing what is in the coffers to go for by-elections, forgetting that from the same coffers, we are supposed to pay for loans. From the same coffers, we are supposed to build schools. From the same coffers, government was supposed to fulfill what is underlined in the yellow book. But in the same coffers, money was coming out going for by-elections unaccounted for. And the people who were causing these by-elections, they would go to a councillor, no, next week you'll be employed, you know you are getting 3,000 kwacha as salary, you'll be getting 10,000 kwacha, a councillor would resign. Other councillors, they will be put behind the vehicle, driven all the way from Kabombo into Lusaka, into State Lodge, being kept there for 30 days, a budget there for that councillor. After 30 days, when that seat is declared vacant, the councillor is let to go. And those councillors, they are suffering. So their relatives are watching. So I am saying it is that coffer which hasn't been well managed. But I can also say the PF have not mismanaged everything. There are some sectors where they have done better. There are some sectors where they have not done well. Which sectors are these? The price of mealie meal, it is undebatable. They found the price of mealie meal at 45 kwacha. Today it is 150, 170. The dollar was at 5 kwacha. Today it is at 21 kwacha. The price of fuel was at 5 kwacha. Today, petrol is at 17 kwacha. So it is not an issue you need to explain. As long as there's a grade 12 somewhere who has been to classroom, that grade 12 will explain to say things are not okay. So I can safely say we, the people of Northwestern Province, like people in other parts of this country, for now, we feel things are not okay. And for now, we feel that we need to go for the policies of the UPND under the able leadership of His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema. So it is our hope, it is our conviction that together as a people, not only those who are in UPND, together as a people, we need to work in unity to ensure that there is change of government come 2021.
Honorable, as we are running down, I know that time is not with us, but let's talk about Bill number 10. You walked out of the House, and one honorable member of Parliament on the floor of the House said you were abducted by your leader not to support Bill number 10. And today, some Zambians are crying, the women, the youths, to say you deprived them of an opportunity for safer seats. What is your take on that one?
You see, when you find somebody who is drunk, maybe with the local beer, and then you tell him to say, because Bill 10 has not gone through, you have been denied an opportunity to be a member of parliament. Such a youth will listen to you. But a disgruntled youth will tell you to say, yes, we are called disgruntled youths. But how many youths were nominated by the Patriotic Front Party as members of parliament to go in that house? How many women were adopted in 2016 to go in that parliament? So there is no clause to say, because bill number 10 has collapsed, youths will not go in parliament. No. Political parties, inclusive PF, they will adopt candidates thinking, having it in mind to say, we need space for youths, we need space for women. So there's nothing to say, because bill number 10 has collapsed, then youths have been deprived. So it is a clear question to say, how many youths did Patriotic Front Party nominate from the 8? How many youths? So, you know, let us not massage the Zambian youths. We need to provide policies which are going to convince them.
What was wrong with bill number 10? As a member of parliament, we know the power was in your hand as members of parliament to support bill number 10. What was wrong with bill number 10?
What was wrong with bill number 10? I can tell you that the process, the roadmap for bill number 10 is something which brought a lot of debate in the Republic of Zambia. We wanted the church to preside over the roadmap. And also, there were so many clauses in bill number 10 which we thought were supposed to be removed. And furthermore, you heard our friends from the ruling party government to say they were not willing to come, to have an endeavor where we can say Section A is good, Section B is bad. We all agree. They never wanted that. And furthermore, you heard them on the floor of the House saying whether UPND participate or not, whether the independent participate or not, bill number 10 has already gone through. So you see, certain statements are not good when we are running the affairs of the country. When you are talking to your fellow leaders, you need to talk to your fellow leaders with respect. You also need to listen to them. But our colleagues concentrated on surrogates, giving money to surrogates, insulting everywhere. And you know, those surrogates are enjoying national coffers than the people who are in PF themselves. Those surrogates are driving expensive cars just for the sake of going to mislead Zambians. So the collapse of bill number 10, I can in addition say it was the democratic right for the members of parliament from UPND. The way we understood.
Were you abducted?
How do you abduct me? How do you abduct me? My president, Hakainde Hichilema, and the UPND.
Abducted you.
They are a democratic people. They allow members of parliament to express themselves. You hear us debate on the floor of the House. So there was no one who was abducted, but we decided to move with the masses. We decided to listen to the church. We decided to listen to the civil society organization who meant well for this Republic of Zambia. And as I've said, that the process of bill number 10 was a source of debate, a source of worry. Our friends in government didn't want us to sit on the table so that we can adopt the right process. So such things led we, the members of parliament, to stay away from bill number 10. And allow me to congratulate the independent members of parliament who meant well for the people of Zambia who did not vote for bill number 10. The colleagues in the Patriotic Front Party, they said members of parliament are supposed to be allowed willfully to decide whether to vote for bill number 10 or not. But you saw the 3 members of parliament who did not vote for bill number 10. They have been requested to exculpate themselves. So there was no one who was abducted in the UPND not to vote for bill number 10, but I can comfortably tell you to say that from the onset, there was an issue to do with roadmap, which we in the UPND, under the able leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, and the church and other civil organizations, the Law Association of Zambia, and so many sectors of society, including some chiefs who meant well, who mean well for the Republic of Zambia, said no to bill number 10. So bill number 10 is history. It is not something we can continue debating about it, because those sugarcoating messages to say the youths deprived, women deprived, it's only those youths who don't mean well for the Republic of Zambia can accept to be paraded to say bill number 10 meant well, because as I earlier said that there's no harm. There's no harm on the UPND to say we are going to adopt from the 156, we are going to adopt 30 youths, we are going to adopt 20 women. There's nothing wrong from the Patriotic Front Party to say from 56 constituencies, we are going to adopt 50 women. So let's wait and see in 2021 how many youths will be adopted under the Patriotic Front Party, how many women are going to be adopted under the Patriotic Front Party. So such kind of words, mistrusts, led to the fall of bill number 10, and more especially for me, my people of Chavuma constituency, they never allowed me to vote for bill number 10 because I had taken bill number 10 to them. I said, can you go through? Me, I've gone through, I've not found things which are forcing me to vote for it. So can you advise me? They said, Honorable Lumayi, when you vote for bill number 10, don't come to Chavuma. So it is an issue of the masses. So we decided to be with the masses, and this is the reason why bill number 10 did not go through.
Honorable, during this week we saw you, and you were led by Astumbeko Msokotwane. You went to the Electoral Commission of Zambia to bring out your grievances. There are certain things that you're not happy now that voter registration has started. What assurance were you given, and are you happy that things are going to change after presenting your petitions to the Electoral Commission of Zambia? And why did you go to the Electoral Commission of Zambia?
It is the same issue I said, that it is always important when you are running the affairs of the country to listen to one another. You will recall that UPND and other opposition members, they have been having meetings with the Electoral Commission of Zambia, including the leadership of the Patriotic Front Party. They have been having meetings with the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And the Electoral Commission of Zambia has not been taking the ideas from the opposition. Now, today, we are in a mess as a country regarding voter registration. Because from the beginning, ECZ never wanted to listen. The UPND and alliance partners and the civil society organizations, we have said, can we maintain the old voter register? ECZ is saying, no, we need to do away with it. And the government was saying we need to do away with it. Now today, we have got a problem. ECZ is saying 7 days to a polling station. I give an example. A polling station with 15,000 voters in the old register. And now ECZ is giving 40 voters in a day at that polling station with 15,000. 40 times 7 days. Maybe you're going to come to about 300 or so voters. Now, you are talking about that polling station having 15,000 registered voters in the old register. How are we going to handle this? Now, we are caught up together. Members of parliament from opposition, from the ruling party, the opposition itself, and the government. We are all now crying loud. So it is an issue that we need to listen to one another. Yes, we had gone to ECZ as members of parliament from the UPND because of the cries the cries we received around the country, inclusive our fellow members of parliament from the ruling party. They would tell you to say, honorable members, go and say this on our behalf, because us, when we say this, they'll say you are attacking government. So go and speak. So you'd find within the government, there would be people who would come and complain, to say, when we complain, we are going to be squeezed. So we took it upon ourselves, and we are led by our able whip and the leader of opposition and the deputy whip, to go to ECZ. We had a very successful meeting, a very good engagement. And from that meeting, you have seen ECZ has beefed up the staff to the centers, and the ECZ has increased the working hours. But even if they have done that, it is not going to achieve what the Zambians want, because we feel ECZ need to increase the number of days, ECZ need to increase the number of staff to capture a lot of Zambians. So we pray ECZ can listen to the cries of Zambians. I've heard even paramount chiefs now, they're also complaining about the process of voter registration. And the government itself has written to ECZ to say, can we speed up the way we are doing this exercise?
Honorable, many thanks to you. Thank you so much. We have to go. Time is not with us. Thank you so much for making an appearance on this special interview, and hope to see you soon. People are saying, well articulated, you've responded so well, although others are seeing you for the first time.
I'd want to thank you, Muvi TV, for this wonderful invitation. And I would want to encourage the people of Chavuma constituency and the Northwestern province in particular to ensure that officers who are giving voters cards, they should not stand on your way to reduce numbers. Make sure that they are giving more than 100, 200 voters cards in a day. When you find them giving 2015, tell those officers to say, don't play around Chavuma, don't play around Northwestern, don't play around Zambia, because you want our numbers to go low. So it is an issue, it is a national issue where everyone must participate. We as members of parliament also, we are doing our best. So I can safely say that I'm very grateful to Muvi TV. I want to encourage the people of Chavuma constituency to continue giving support to me. I have leadership within me to look after Chavuma constituency and the people of Northwest.
Thank you so much.
I thank you, Mr. Chifokola.
Thank you so much.
It has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. This has been a special interview, Friday's edition, with me, Kelvin Tabula, Chifokola. Many thanks to Movuto Piri, my director, as well as producer, Obvious Kapunda, on the cameras, as well as William Mwinge Sampi on transmission. Until we meet next time, good night.